one of the things we're struggling with in California is we've had an enormously significant investment in public infrastructure in both highways and public transit in the state. And indeed, it's one of the things that contributed to the real economic renaissance of California after the Second World War. The scale of the California highway system is it's the largest single public works project in the history of the world by one single organization. It's larger than the Great Wall of China in terms of its investment. And it was executed as a truly remarkable investment in the state. Over time, we've come to kind of take this highway system and then the attendant rail, air, and public transit systems for granted. And we have been investing in them in a way that focuses a lot on new investments and glitzy new projects, but not on maintaining that existing investment or operating it properly. And we're getting into a serious crisis, for example, in the case of public transportation, where voters and elected officials are frequently willing to go for the new, exciting, sexy new project, but they have little interest in providing funding to operate that project or to maintain the existing streets and roads, highways, transit systems that are out there now. And because of that, we're moving away from kind of an analytically based, steady user fee funded system that allows us to maintain the system in a fairly efficient and effective way to one that is about political campaigns, getting the project built and moving on to the next one. A solution to it, I think, is to go back to a very user fee focused a system of transportation finance. We have come to see the gas tax, for example, as just a general instrument of taxation, and there's a lot of partisan debates about whether it should be higher or lower, rather than saying this is a user fee, we're going to link it to transportation projects. If we need more money for transportation projects, the fuel tax goes up. If we feel like we've got what we need, it goes down. It creates a discipline in terms of the ambition of public officials for projects on one hand, and a steady stream of revenue that provides for operations, maintenance, and support on the other. But instead, we're actually allowing the gas tax to decline significantly in its role in public finance within the state. We're moving more to general instruments of taxation like sales taxes. And because of that, these transportation infrastructure projects are becoming part and parcel of larger partisan debates over public investment and taxation. And it doesn't spell an effective future for the transportation system in California. California is obviously deeply troubled right now, and there is an argument about whether this is primarily due to the structure of governance or whether it's an agency problem. One issue that I think has been bandied about a bit in other states is an idea of the purpose of a bicameral legislature in the state. The reason we have a bicameral legislature at the federal level is because the representations in the House of Representatives and the Senate are fundamentally different. But in the state of California, we just have overlapping districts between the Senate and the Assembly, and a large amount of redundancy that doesn't contribute very much to the legislative process. Nebraska's gotten by fine with a unicameral legislature for a long time. And if California were to go to a single system of 100 districts in a unicameral legislature, it would likely trim things dramatically and be part of a solution to allow for the legislative process to operate more effectively.